I've been talking all this time and nobody's been hearing anything, which is not really a big deal because I realized I hadn't plugged the mic in. Luckily, that is probably the one element of the stream, the one thing that if I don't have it plugged in when it starts, the system gracefully just accepts it when I plug it in. Everything else has to be just so, just right for it to work. But the mic is fine. It doesn't care. So that's great. The one thing I forgot is, fortunately, the one thing the system doesn't care about. So got lucky there. And nobody's watching, so nobody just heard silence. But yeah, if you watch this later, well, maybe I'll just trim it down. You would have heard 3 minutes of silence and just seen like mouse clicking. Anyway, happy Monday, everybody. Here we are. I actually got, amazingly, outside of my mic kerfuffle, I got the stream up and running in its entirety, including posting to all the social channels in 3 minutes. That's my best effort yet. There's one thing I don't quite know if it's going to work. It worked at the beginning. I don't know if it's going to work now, but we'll take it as it goes. So I'm going to get a quick sip of water and get to work here. Okay. You know, I'm going to go back to the other one. This one, I think, is the one I last was working on the stream. I'll save that other one. I'm working on them kind of simultaneously. But yeah, let's keep going with this one because this one I know I made some progress with. So, okay. Let's take a look. Let's see where we are. Oh, yeah, that's the zombified stuff. Okay, so that is pretty much, you know what I'm going to do, just because I'm curious about it. I'm going to move this all the way to the top, right there. Yeah, that way I can see what I'm working on. I see the bare bones of it, and then reposition that. Yeah, roughly, it's interesting. I must have made this bigger. Oh, yeah, look at that. You can see it. Huh, interesting. I didn't really realize I resized it. I mean, it sort of makes sense. Okay, there, now it's on the right thing. Just so I can look at the comparison points. Jeez, I got most of the stuff in there. Got most of the line work is there. Okay. I changed that bit. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So I don't really need this. So I do need to put some brains in here. And probably some kind of... Yeah, you know, I think about it. Let's take a look. So, yeah, okay. Oh, I didn't pick a hair color. What hair color would I like this zombie to have? That's a good question. I think that's just a white layer. Yeah, it is. Boy, that's creepy, isn't it? Eesh. Yeah, creepy. Okay, what color hair? I almost want to do something very, very bright and kind of like a bright shock of red or something like this. But that's a little close to the skin color. But let's just, it's fine. It can sit back there. Let's find our paintbrush because we can just lay this in thick for now. Can always change it, and luckily it's behind everything, so I don't have to be overly careful about this. Let's throw the background color back on just so that I can see the edges here. But yeah, luckily, since this is behind everything, it does not need to be over. I don't have to be too... Okay, well, I do... Oh, no, I don't. It goes behind it. That's right. I'm fine. I was about to say I have to be careful there because there's no edges, but no, I don't, because it's behind every other color, so I don't have to worry about it. There, I got to worry about it, so I'm going to figure out in a minute. But let's just get the... Okay, well... yeah. So we're clearly going to need a white layer, but for now, what I'll do is just erase those places. Go back to what I was doing and just fill in the boldness of it. I'm going to stream for about an hour this evening. That's my plan. 45 to an hour. Last time, the time just whipped by, which was really surprising because I didn't feel like I was doing all that much, but I guess that's just how it goes sometimes. It flies when you don't think it's going to fly. So I'm thinking for these parts down here, I'm thinking I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to use the taper brush and do something. Well, not like that. Okay, that's a bad example. Like here, I'll just do that. See, I'll try to make it where it's... Let's make it a little thicker. Maybe a 5. So that it does like that. This is going to be... I have to get this just right. Like that. That's perfect. Now, the thing is, I got to get every single one to be that good, which is going to be a trick if I can even accomplish it. Let's put it that way. If I manage it, I will be shocked. Good enough. I'll take that. No, it's not. It's not quite. See, I could... You know what? That's not a bad idea. Let's do this. Because, honestly, I can move this and fit it into position rather than going crazy trying to get this right every single time, which I could. I could try to do that, but that would probably be a fool's errand. So what I think... I'm not going to worry about that one. The ones where there's such a small space there... Okay, well, I accidentally did that one perfectly. Or at least perfectly for what I want. Yeah, see, that's going to be tricky. So I can merge that one down. That one's all right. So, see, like this. Now, see, it doesn't quite fit. So all I'll do is move it. So that, you know, because it'll keep getting wider. And then eventually, I'll get it right there where I want it. See? So, I don't know why I want to make this harder on myself than I have to. So I'm not going to. I'm going to basically just get it where I need it to. That's a really thick line there. Ooh, ooh, got it. Wow. Unbelievable. Okay. Jeez. That was... I'm getting really lucky with these, by the way. This is not really... Boy, it's going to be tricky. You know what? No, it's not. No, it's not. See, I'm making things harder on myself than I need to. That's the thing. I don't need to make it this hard on myself. I really don't. I'm just moving the stuff into place. And it'll be fine. It really will. You know what I am going to do, though, because I don't like seeing all these white spots. So let's go ahead and block in a lot of this. I'm probably going to need a smaller brush for that area. Just to keep this from getting out of control. Which can happen really fast, let me tell you. Let me tell you. Computer chips. Let me tell you about them. Sorry. That was a sound clip reference to a Best of the Worst episode where they review a videotape titled Top Slots Spotting the Best, in which a very, very animated gentleman tries to explain how to play slot machines in Las Vegas in what looks like the late 80s, early 90s, when they were moving a lot of the slot machines to be electronically based. We're going to go off on a tangent here, which makes no sense for an art stream, but whatever. Nobody's even watching, so I can say whatever I want. It is interesting that I don't know when they... I mean, obviously they started computerizing slot machines. I'm going to assume late 80s. They probably started doing the work on making slot machines electronic as opposed to mechanical, which drastically changed how slot machines, as far as I understand it. I don't know everything about this, but I remember reading a bit about how with electronics, with a chip, where it's based on a computer chip as opposed to some kind of mechanism, physical mechanism, non-electronic mechanism. That, you know, with the mechanisms, people who were really savvy about this stuff, they could figure out, to some degree, how to beat the machines. Because, you know, they would figure out that there was kind of a repetitive nature to some of these mechanisms. And they started to figure out, okay, we know how to beat them. We know how to get the jackpots. And then when they went to these electronic ones, because the machines, they can be, as far as human beings are concerned, infinitely random. Now, they aren't truly infinitely random. On a long enough scale, you will figure it out. You have enough processing power, you can start to figure out what it's doing. But that's something that you would need a machine to do. Most human beings, not all, but most human beings would not be able to figure out how to game the microchip. In fact, I don't know if anybody's even ever done it without, you know, hacking the machine. But with the older machines, with the mechanical machines, it was easier. I'm not saying it was easy. I'm just saying it was easier. So that tape is the tape that they review on this particular episode is fascinating because it's clear that this is at the crossover point where, you know, all the slot machines are going to become electronic because they're far harder to beat. They're harder to predict. And so, of course, the goal of a casino, if you've never been in one, which is good for you because you'll hold on to more of your money. Gambling is not a thing you want to be doing. Fortunately, it's never been something I've had that much interest in, so it doesn't hold the risk for me that it does with some people, because gambling addiction is a very real thing, and it's It's one of those terrible things where you see people blow every single penny they have chasing this win that they know is just around the corner. I mean, it's like any type of addiction. It's no different than anything else. In terms of addiction, it's just like any other. You're chasing something. There's generally, but not always, there's generally some kind of underlying thing that you're kind of substituting whatever this is for, some kind of hole in your life. Not always, though. It's not always as simple as that. I'm simplifying something that is not always that simple. But in any event, just like I said, I'm just lucky. I've never really had much of a interest in gambling. I mean, we all have that idea that, oh, maybe I can hit it big and wouldn't it be great? Just same as hitting the lottery and all the rest of it. So I'm not going to say I'm completely immune to it. I have gone to casinos. I generally like to play roulette. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's a very simple game for me to understand, and it's not something where I have to, because with poker and many of the card games, you either have rules you have to understand, or you're playing to, depending on what you're playing against other people, which I'm just not good at. It's not a strength of mine. So I like roulette because it's just a wheel with a little spinning ball in it, and you just see where it lands. That's it. But even there, I don't even like playing roulette all that much because I'm very aware of the fact that I'm likely going to lose my money, and I don't like losing money. So gambling is just one of those things that doesn't really work for me. I'll gamble very, very small amounts of money, but then there's this inverse thing with me where, for example, if I go to a roulette table and I'm gonna, I have $100. Some people, oh, okay, we'll just bet like $5 a shot and then you can play for a while. I'm like, well, I don't want to win $10. I'd like to win $1,000. Well, the way you do that is you take the 100 and you lay it on something that's got high odds, and you hit it, and then you walk away. But the amount of times that's happened to me, I think I won reasonably big, maybe once, and that had to be probably 15 years ago or so now. I just, it's these games are inherently, casinos would not be in business if the odds were in your favor as the person visiting the casino. That's just basic business sense. So that most of these things that you're playing are statistically going against you. They would have to be. Otherwise, the casinos wouldn't have any money and would go out of business. So when you think about it, of course it's going to be very difficult to win because that's how it has to be for the casino to exist. But like I said, so for me, it's gambling has never had that much of an appeal. It just really never has. And I'm happy about it because as I said, if you go to a casino, you will see people who with a fair amount of certainty spend almost all their days in a casino chasing after, okay, the next spin is the one that's going to win for me. There's lots of those people. It's actually, I've been to Las Vegas. Oh, I don't know. I want to say I've been there. How many times have I been to Las Vegas? I went for a conference once. I remember that. And actually, I went for 2 conferences, I think. Because I went for CES one year. I think I went for a training conference for work a long time ago. And my wife and I went, I don't know how long ago now. But that one, we really weren't spending much time on the Strip. We were really doing everything but the Strip. We were kind of going to actual, like the neon museum for all the neon signs, which is really neat. We were actually doing stuff that had nothing to do with gambling. But the times I've been there where I've seen people gambling, it always depresses me. It really does. I find it very depressing when I see some of these people who just clearly don't have anything going on except for sitting in front of a slot machine or whatever. It's just never appealed to me. I've always found it kind of sad. Not that I'm saying you shouldn't gamble. If you like gambling and you can do it casually, go ahead, do it. But it's not the kind of person I'm talking about. I'm talking about people who do nothing but that because they keep thinking that they're, one lucky spin away from their entire life turning around. And I'm not going to tell you it never happens because I'm sure it has. I'm sure there are people who have hit that one lucky spin and suddenly they hit a jackpot and then they never gambled again. I'm sure those people exist. I have no doubt those people actually exist. But it's a minority of those people. Most people who spend a lot of time in casinos, they're not winning. They're chasing something that is statistically very unlikely to happen. And that's one of the reasons, like I said, I'm kind of glad I never got the gambling bug. It's just never really been for me. I don't really care for it. I don't have any problem with it. Like I said, you can, if you like gambling, go for it. Wait, the screen didn't freeze, right? No, it didn't. Okay, good. I'm not, there's no judgment on it. I'm not trying to be one of those people. You can do it, whatever entertains you. I just know for me, gambling has nothing. It really has no, there's no real, oh wow, that was a really good one right there. Clean that up there. Wow, got lucky there. It's never had all that much appeal to me. And as I've said a bunch of times now, I'm very happy about that because I have a great fear of having an addictive personality. I feel like I'm kind of geared to have one, and I've just been lucky and managed to avoid things that would make me into an addict. And I can't pretend I've done it by some kind of grand point. Ooh, yeah, see how much that alters that? I don't like that. It's not because I really planned it out. It's just luck. It's just luck. Because there are so many things that hook people, and I've seen what it does to them. And I guess I just have always been afraid of that being me, and so it keeps me from doing certain things, which is good because I don't need, not that anybody needs an addiction. Nobody needs an addiction, but I certainly don't want to dip into that. So, just been lucky. Don't have a taste for alcohol. Never had any interest in any kind of drugs that weren't prescribed to fix an illness. Just never been my thing. I don't know why. I wasn't raised in a extremely, strict household where I was made to fear things or anything like that. That wasn't it. I just never cared about it. Just do not. Don't know why. But again, not complaining. I am okay with not knowing why that's the case. Fine with that. I can live with that real easy. Okay. Oh, whoops. Let me fix that. Where am I? Yeah, let me get that cleaned up right there because I'll notice it later. Yeah, that taper pen's working out for doing it this way. I like that. I like it. I'll get rid of that background once I do all these. Okay, I don't have that many left. Yeah. No, this is going to work out. And I probably will do a darker inside. I will do like a darker inside area. I'll use the taper pen for that too. But that'll be, I think, a little easier. But we'll let's finish what we're doing first. Before I get ahead of myself, let me finish what I'm doing first. Taper pen. There it is. Yeah, so it is currently about, I hate to say, 100 degrees or so. Actually, it's less than that right now. It was 100 today, and I think, maybe, I'm dearly hoping, I think we finally might be past the worst of the summer heat. Because I've been looking at kind of the extended forecast, and nothing looks as bad as it is today. It's looking better, which... whoa, I'm thrilled about because the heat, man, I don't dig it. Do not dig it. Do without it. Thank you. So, like I said, it's looking good. That'll work. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm just going to keep adding layers. So close. Let me see. That'll work. Yeah. Keep adding them. We're getting there. So yeah, boy, I hope it is. I really do. Because I'm sick of the heat. Heat is just not my thing. Is not, never has been, it's never going to be. Some people genuinely enjoy the heat. Good for them. I am not one of those people. And then I've got, let's see, relatively, great. You know what, I'm going to just do this with a small pen because this is just going to go right to there. I don't have to go crazy with that. Yeah. Relatively nice and calm week, I think, this week. I thought that I was going to have to take our dog to the vet on Wednesday, but I'm thinking probably not. She had a little thing on her foot that we were kind of concerned about, but it looks a lot better. It looks like maybe she cut her foot. The other day when I was walking her, I saw that we were there was broken glass on the ground, and I tried to guide her around it, and I have a hunch maybe she caught a little piece of it, and that cut into her foot. It looks a lot better now, though. It didn't look great on Friday, but I sent a picture of it to our vet, and he didn't seem overly concerned, so he said, all right, just give it some time to heal. And so I had made an appointment for Wednesday, but I think I'm going to go ahead and cancel it. She's not limping or anything. She's not showing any signs of any real, she's looking at it because I'm sure she knows it's there, but she's not showing any indications that it's actually causing her any real discomfort. So I think unless something with that changes, because man, she gets so stressed out at the vet, as a lot of animals do. A lot of animals do not like going to the vet. It's just the reality. If you don't have pets, pets tend to not like being at the vet. Which, you know what? I'm not going to blame them because it's not like people like going to the doctor either. So we do it because we have to. Well, you don't have to, but you should. Go to the doctor. Go to the doctor. I'll tell you from direct experience that not going to the doctor is not going to make you not be sick. Learned that lesson the hard way. Not for me, but my dad was not a fan of the doctor. Didn't go. And so when he got sick, we'll never know. You don't ever know these things. So I can't tell you for sure. But there's always going to be a part of me that wonders if they might have caught something earlier. So I tell everybody, it's the reason. Look, I hate going to the doctor. I'm terrified of it. I don't like going to the dentist. I don't like going to any of that stuff. I don't like any of it. I don't. I hate it. It's hysterical. When I go to the doctor, they're always like, wow, your blood pressure is high. And I'm like, yeah, because I don't like being here. I'm just telling them. But I don't want to do to my family. I shouldn't say do to it. My dad didn't do it on purpose. I don't want anybody to think, well, maybe if I had just gone to the doctor, they would have caught something. I'd rather just go to the doctor and not be happy about it, but if something happens, they'll see it. That's kind of my outlook on it. Because I don't, like I said, I think about my dad. I'm like, well, maybe if he'd gone. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. The reality is nobody knows because he didn't go. So we don't know. But I don't want anybody wondering that about me. So go to the doctor. But I'm not saying you have to enjoy it. I don't. Neither does my dog. So since she doesn't seem to have any symptoms of anything, my wife and I are like, all right, do we really want to put her through all the stress and just being a lunatic? If the vet doesn't think it's a big deal and and she's not showing any indication that this is really bothering her, then I probably will not take her. Because I think they're just going to say, all right, yeah, let it heal. Honestly, I think that's what they're going to say. Because that's what he said. I mean, we sent him pictures when it looked worse than it does now. It looked a lot worse when we sent him the picture. And he said, yeah, it doesn't look too bad. He said they might have to remove it if it was, really hanging off. But it seems to be healing itself. It looks like it's not really like it was before. So if that's the case, I don't really see the need to stress her out unnecessarily. Not that it's any picnic for me either, because getting her in and out of the car is not fun. Even though she definitely weighs less than she used to, she is still a 75-pound animal that you have to get in and out of a car. And we don't have low cars, so I have to basically lift her in because I got to be careful with her legs because she doesn't have great hips to begin with. So there's a whole bunch of reasons. Okay, I got to make this smaller and make this work. Why, if he had said, yeah, you need to take her in, then okay, wouldn't even think twice about it. But the fact that he said, it doesn't look that bad. And honestly, it doesn't now. I think it was more of what we didn't know what it was. Anytime something you don't know what it is, you start kind of worrying about it. But looking at it, it really doesn't look that bad now. And again, she's not showing any signs that it's bothering her even a little bit. So I think it's probably fine. So we'll see. We'll see. But I'm kind of leaning towards, my wife said the same thing, like, yeah, okay. Don't know that this is really necessary. Just because it's such a friggin' production when we have to bring her in. Like I said, I mean, dogs don't like, it's not as if she's the only dog that doesn't like going to the vet. I can't make it like she's a bad dog for not wanting to go to the vet. Most animals do not want to go to a vet, and they know what it is. I mean, they understand what's going on. They're not dumb. They understand where certain places are. So she knows what it is. She's not unaware, even though, you know, they're very nice to her there. We have a great vet. We really do. But still, dogs don't like going to the vet. They just don't like going. So I'd rather not put her through the stress if I don't have to. We canceled her physical therapy rehab appointment for this week just because they usually put her in like a... When I called the place, they agreed. They were like, yeah, just give her the time off. She's doing fine anyway. So it's not like she's... I don't think missing 2 weeks of that, because it's on a bi-weekly basis, I don't think it's going to make much difference. So they were fine with it. So we'll just move it out to 2 weeks after. But they often put her in a water tank, and I would guess that, because I think there's some kind of chemical in it that keeps it clean, because there's different animals in it. I would guess that's probably not going to feel too good on even though it's healing, be like putting salt on a wound. So rather than do that, we're just going to not do that, because I don't want her to freak out there and now have a negative association to that place, because they're doing a great job with her too. So you try to just avoid these things when you can, if you can, and we can. So we're going to. I still do her exercises with her at home, so she's not skimping out. She's still doing her exercises, which are working. So it's not as if she's just laying around here doing nothing. Believe me, she's not. She's still doing her exercises. I'm keeping her going. Although not taking walks at the moment, because I don't want her to get any dirt or anything in there. And the thing is, right after we'd gone through that glass, I went out there with a broom and I actually cleaned it up. But we were walking in it, which I really thought we dodged it, but I have a hunch that's what it was. I don't know that for sure, but it's just my gut feeling is that she probably walked and hit a piece of it, and it cut her foot just enough that, it caused that, which just sucks. Bugs me when people break glass on sidewalks, because, number one, there's no reason to do it. That's just number one. But also, there's no consideration for people who have pets. Or anybody, really. It's not like glass can't just go through your shoe. It can. So it's just clearly demonstrating you don't care about anybody but yourself in general. So yes, it bothers me. Because I don't want my dog or anybody else's dog to get glass in their foot for exactly the reason that we've got, which is, it's not fun. I don't want glass in my foot either, to be honest. Not even just my dog. I don't want it either. Oh, I forgot. I got to make another line here. Where's that? Let's go up one more just to put that there. So that I don't think we're going to be doing. And then the only other thing I have on the plate for this week, because I've been trying to get the timing right, is to get my flu vaccine and my COVID booster for the magical new variant that's running around. Just going to get them both on the same day, same time, and just get it over with. Even though the last time I did them both, I really didn't feel anything. So I'm hoping that's the case again. I would love that to be the case again. It's great when you don't feel bad after getting a vaccine. I've never had anything serious happen from one, but I don't want to feel lousy either. I don't want to just feel generally lousy, which the first couple COVID shots I did. I did not feel great for a couple days. I just felt generally sick. After that, it's been lucky. I haven't felt anything. So I'm hoping that trend continues. We'll see. I mean, it sort of makes sense that that's what it would be. Usually when you get these things, you know, as your body kind of builds up its defenses and everything, it generally gets better. Did I merge? Oh, no, I got to merge all these down. So, like I said, I am truly hoping that that's the case. Really, really, really am. Because, I mean, I'm doing it on a Friday, so even if I feel bad, it'll be over the weekend. So I planned it just in case. If it hits me harder than I expect, oh well, it'll be on a weekend. That's okay. But I'm hopeful. I mean, my arms are going to be sore. But, you know, I try to make sure I kind of windmill them, and that does help. But they usually, first couple days, especially the second day, arm has been sore every time. That's okay. I mean, they're giving you a shot in your muscle. It can't exactly be a shock. I mean, if I was like, why does my arm hurt? No, I know why my arm hurts. Just got a friggin' needle in it. Also something I'm not a fan of. Not the biggest fan of needles. But again, you know, I get these shots because if I get sick, I don't want to go into the hospital. I do not want to be hospitalized, even though that, you know, I probably wouldn't be. I'm in relatively good shape. I may not be, you know, the most fit person in the world, but I'm not in bad shape. My numbers this year were really good. In general, my physical stuff was good, which I'm continually kind of shocked by. It's not like I don't do a lot of things to actively, at least in my opinion, be all that healthy. I just simple stuff. But whatever I am sort of doing sort of is working because my numbers have been relatively good. All right, so we got our dark hair in there. That's good. Okay, so now... I'm thinking now. Ooh, the air conditioning actually went off. It has actually cooled down enough. See, that's the one thing, is now that the days are shorter, these 100-degree days aren't hitting as badly, which I'm very happy about. So the air actually goes off sooner, which is... When I was younger, I so loved the sound of air conditioning because I like it cold. So the sound of air conditioning was always so appealing to me. I always have enjoyed the sound of air conditioning. Now that I'm older, though, and I actually have to pay the bill for it, I don't quite love it as much. I do love the cold air, but it is not cheap to run AC. It really isn't. So that part I don't love so much. Still enjoy the sound, and I still enjoy the freezing cold, because I like it very cold. But yeah, when you actually have to pay for it, that part you don't enjoy so much. No. But that's okay. Like I said, I think we're coming to the end of the really bad stretch. And it's certainly not as bad as I think I heard something about, or read something about Phoenix, Arizona having every day over 100 since May. I can't even put that together in my head. No, thanks. So, I'm trying to keep my complaints to a minimum. All right, so I got to fill that in. So I got to get the white layer down here. 100 plus. May, June, July. 4 months. Yikes. Not great. Not great at all. So, yeah, I complain, but it could be way worse. Way worse. That's just Looney Tunes to me. Talk about getting nailed by an electric bill. 100 plus for 4 months. I don't even like thinking about it. That would be tough on me. I would be seriously trying to figure out how to move out. Because I don't think it's going to get any better. And already, I mean, can you imagine 100? No, thank you very much. Okay, we can put the white layer back on. Okay, so we got our white layer. Oh, partially. Hold on. Am I on the white layer? I'm not. Let's get to it. There we go. I may actually change this eyeball and make it look a little different. I'll probably bloodshot it and stuff like that in a second. I'm going back and forth on whether I want to black the pupil on this one or not. I may go yellow with it. For now, let's just look. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, see, I don't know. I think I want it to be a color. I think I want it to be a color. So let's put a layer here. Let's get like a kind of, yeah, like a sickly yellow type of thing, something like that. And let's use that. The question is, do I want to make the whole eyeball that or just the kind of pupil area? I think maybe the rest of the eyeball will be a lighter color. I kind of like that. And then something light like... Oh, that might work. That might work. Yeah, I'm just going to keep it on the same layer. Actually, no, make it its own layer. Make it its own layer. Let's get the paintbrush out there. Oh, okay. No, let's not use the paintbrush. Let's use the ink pen. Okay. And let's do this. That's going to have to get lightened. I don't want it. That's too green. I mean, I like the green color, but it's not going to stay that color. And I'll fix that in a second. I saw what I did there. But it needs to be way lighter than that. Way lighter than that. So yeah, that'll be Friday. And like I said, I think one year I did the shots separately, and it's just like, no, just get it over with. Just get it over with. If I gotta have needles stuck in my arm, let's just do it. You know, let's just do it and be done with it. I do seem to have gotten better about it though, because like I did my blood work at my physical, and I really didn't notice it the way I remember noticing it at first, where I really felt that. So either the nurses have been really good lately, which is possible, where they've really managed to make it not that bad, or I'm somewhat getting better about it. I have a hunch it's probably the nurses. I don't think I've really gotten better about it. I'd be very shocked if I'd actually gotten better about that type of thing. It just doesn't seem like me, because I don't like needles. So I'm gonna credit the nurses, because you know what? They don't get enough credit. Let me tell you something. Nurses are like teachers. I cannot believe how much work these people do for how little they're paid. It is no less than a national embarrassment that teachers and nurses do not make more money than they do. It's just unbelievable to me for how important these people are to everything. Wait, is that the right color? Hold on. Yeah, it's the right color. Okay, just checking. Didn't look right to me, but it is. Yeah. Crazy. Crazy. And you also notice those are jobs that are always understaffed in most places. Gee, I wonder why. Underpaid and underappreciated tends to end up having a lot of job openings. I almost wish you could... Hold on. I'm going to let you in on something here. The dog is snoring. I'm going to try to get the mic in there so you can hear this, because this is hysterical. Here you go. Enjoy this. Okay, that's enough of that. But yes, that's what I've got in the background. But you can't hear normally, I don't think, because the mic won't pick it up because she's down on the floor. But yeah, that's my background audio. She is fast asleep. And she's fast asleep because she gets very, very vocally upset when my wife goes to the gym. She doesn't like that at all, so she jumps and barks and all the rest of it. She also has this very strange thing where she hates garbage bags, because we had to put the garbage out. Monday is the garbage night. And she just goes nuts when you change a garbage bag. I have no explanation for it. Oh, you know what I just realized? I used the wrong color here. I should have... Hold on, let me fix this. This should be this color. Okay. which is this layer. Yes. Yeah, she really just does not like garbage bags. And she'll almost... Oh, I don't think she's really afraid of them, because if you hold the bag out to her, she'll come up to it. Not like a vacuum where, you know, both our dogs, our last dog and this one, are not... They're afraid of the vacuum. I understand that. That's a fear thing. But she's not afraid of the garbage bags because she comes up to them. If you hold it out, she'll come up and... Whoops, wrong color. She'll come up and she'll sniff it. But when you actually go to change the bag in the trash can, she just flips out. It's so weird. I don't know what to make of it. We don't beat her with trash bags, I promise. So I don't know what the source of that anger is. But she don't like it. Like, I know why she doesn't like my wife going to the gym. She doesn't like when either of us leave the house. I get that. That's a very common thing. That's the whole separation anxiety thing. I get that. I completely get that. But the garbage bag? I don't get that one. I mean, it's not even like we make a lot of noise with it, where you may, oh yeah, some dogs don't like noise. No, even if you're very quiet about it, she just does not like you doing garbage. I mean, you know, it's not like I have a lot of fun with it either, but it's got to get done. So, I don't know. I don't have an explanation for you. She's a goofy animal. That's all I can tell you. I'm going to try something different here. Let's do this. Let's use the black layer. Same brush. And let's run black along... Oh, I didn't do that well. Hold on. You know what I gotta do? I gotta drop the opacity so I can see what I'm doing. Let's go to 50% on this. There we go. Let's run that. Yeah, see now I can actually see where my line is. And we'll do that. Okay. Well, this should have a little bit more of a dip to it. There we go. And then we'll erase this side of it. Okay, not that eraser. Give me the bigger eraser. Okay, now that's a little too much. Let's do that. Let's do that. Run there. Just... Well, okay. Now it's loud enough you might be hearing it over me talking. Probably not, but it's close enough that I would not be surprised if it actually was audible on the mic now. There was a very funny Instagram post that somebody put that said, there's no more relaxed animal than an unemployed golden retriever or something like that. I mean, golden retrievers don't have jobs, but it was a very funny post because, yes, you know, the way she sleeps, you'd think that she was bouncing all over the walls all day. She certainly is not. Not most of the time, anyway. Okay, so I think at this point now I'm going to start adding some scratches and kind of... Wait, you know what? Yeah, let me do this. That's that layer, right? Yeah, it is. Let me have this for the hair. Oh, helps to have the brush on. Dingbat. Let's just run the hair shadow down like this. Come down here. And yeah, you know, we'll just have a kind of do that. There we go. And then just erase that out. There we go. Yeah, that works. Just a little bit of overriding shadow. That's what I meant to say. Okay. Yeah. All right. So now, am I on zeros? Yes. Good. I am on zeros. Okay. Well, wrong layer. Now we gotta start doing like detail lines. What I like to call detail lines. I don't really need this anymore. So little like, yeah, just small line stuff. Yep, okay. Oh, let's see here. So, you know, just kind of like to emphasize that there's a skull under here. And then in here, see this, I gotta look something up in the background. How much? Okay, we're at 47 minutes. I want to just look at, now hopefully, oh, wow, what did that do? Let me look for skull cracks and hope that I don't get actual, okay. I don't want to see real images. Jeez. Okay, here we go. Just want to see what, yeah, so, yeah, this is the funny part. Actual skull cracks are not very exciting to look at, generally. Oh, yeah, there is that. There's those weird little lines that go along the skull, though. That's true. I forgot about that. Yeah. Skull or facial fracture. Oh, they're just lines. Okay. They're just lines. Well, you know what? I can do just lines. That's what I was kind of curious about. I mean, it's not that exciting. The reality is a cracked skull is not that exciting to look at. I'm not saying that there's nothing that, you know, somebody with a cracked skull is got to worry about. They have things to worry about. But it looking interesting is not one of them. It just looks like that. Which I guess, you know, makes sense, but it's not the most visually interesting thing in the world. It's okay. It doesn't have to be. But I will be doing more than this. This is not all it's going to be. But, alright, that's one. Let's do another one. Let's have some intersecting cracks. Well, maybe not like that. Maybe like that. No, not like that. It's got to be harsher than that. No, not like that. Oh, jeez, I can't get this one right at all. Okay, that's good. Let's have one coming up and joining it there. Let's have one like that. That. No. That. No. Don't like it. Nah, I don't want one there. Never mind, change mine. Let's have one that's kind of... no, it shouldn't be like that. That's better. Okay. No. Okay, well, if I do it better, yes. Actually, I don't like that. Hold on. Nope. So I tell you, I can't tell you why I don't like certain things. I just know when I don't. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's clean those up. That's easy enough, or it should be. Oh. Okay, wait a minute. There we go. Clean these up. Let's clean that up. Let's clean that up. Clean that up. Rip. Okay. All right. I don't like how that line is right there. It just doesn't look good. Let's do that. That's better. You don't want... I don't generally like my lines to intersect in a way where it looks like it's an accident or it's that there's like a smudge, which is kind of what that was looking like. So, had to clean that up. Yeah, I guess I don't mind these lines. It just seems... I don't know. Simple. Simpler than I want it to be, but that's okay. You know what? Not everything has to be overly complicated. There is a beauty in simplicity sometimes. See, I don't like how... See how that is? I don't like that. I want it to be clear of those other lines, so something like that is better. I don't want it to look like it's... You know, that I might have made a mistake on the other one. That's kind of what that looked like. Ah, there's another one. See, I don't like this, where it's intersecting there. That's not good. Ay. I mean, it can be close. I just don't want it to be completely in it like that. That I do not enjoy. Oh, my screen froze. Just realized. Whoa. Hold on a minute. Okay. Just realized my screen... This is so annoying. There's one thing that's kind of annoying about the way they've changed how the iPad works. So... Okay, there we go. Now you can see it. Sorry about that. I froze a little while ago and I didn't realize it because I sort of become the movement of the screen in the background sort of, I lose track of it. I'm not really paying attention to it because I'm paying attention to what I'm doing. So I missed it. And let's clean that up. Okay, back to layer 60. There we go. Whoa, no, eraser, please. Eraser, thank you. That would have been right there. And then there. And wait a minute. That's not intersecting anything? Oh, because there was a different line there. I understand. So, okay, black, please. Black. So like that. There we go. I had moved that other line. So this line was intersecting that one, or paralleling it differently. So now it's where it should be. Okay. Yeah, it's cracked skull. That's cracks. All right. All right. Good, good, good. we'll go ahead. I mean, now that I look at it together, it does look right. Like, that does look like it should. So, I don't mind. Or actually, you know what? This one doesn't. Hold on. This one looks off. Let's fix this. What this should be is basically one like that, and then one like that. Or not. Okay, not that. Come on, come on. Yeah. That's it. Got it. Okay, got it. Clean that up. Clean that. Let's clean this. And let's clean that. Much better. That particular line. Okay. Okay, there we are. Hold on a minute. Just keep an eye on my dog there. Making sure she's not licking that little thing on her foot. Don't want her doing that. Let's do... You know what? Let's get a nice harsh red here. Let's do some bloodshot lines on the eye, and that's probably where we're going to wrap up for this evening. So let's do just some... Let's see here. Let's see how this works. Oh, wow. It's way bigger than I thought it was going to be. Okay. Bring it down. Yeah. Well, we'll do that in a second. This is the first lines of this. And what I'll probably do is... Actually, no, that's a good idea. Hold on a minute. There is a thing here that is the perspective. Is it the perspective warp? Hold on. I'm going to do this really carefully. Bang. Okay, there it is. You can't see it, but there's going to be dark lines there. Thickness of the lines. Oh, man, it's hard to see them. It's hard to see them, but that's okay. Because what I'll do is let's create a layer where I put the drawing assist on. Let's grab this, and let me just do this really quick. All right. This is just going to help me with getting the, what's the word for it? With getting the blood vessel lines in the right place for the bloodshot eyes. So I'm just going to follow these general guidelines for it. Yeah. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I do want to have it follow that. Just so that the angles look right. So we'll do it. Come on. Whoa, stay there. Oh, that one's okay. Okay. Okay, that one's not good. Alright, there. So that's the general. Jeez, that looks neat by itself. Kind of does. It does. It almost makes me want to do something like, and maybe I will, like that or well, okay, it would have to be a lot bigger. Actually, what does that look like? Let me see. Oh man, I think I know what I'm going to be doing is kind of like a finishing thing. I'm probably going to do something like this, where this comes in like very comic booky, where it's like you're getting these action lines off the eye. Oh man, yeah. Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to be doing at the end of this. Because now that I did that by accident, I kind of really like it. But I'm not going to get ahead of myself. I'm going to turn that guide off. I'm going to drop this way down, opacity-wise. I'm going to put it under this layer because I'm not going to jump into something else. I'm going to stick to what I was doing. Put that taper pen down to 2. And let's just have these come in. See, I'm just following them generally so that they look right. That. I'm not too... Oh, I want to space them. I'll space them a little bit out. And then I'm going to do like smaller lines coming off of those in a second. Let's do that. Okay. Now, secondary layer, where I drop this down even further. And this will be the little kind of, say, like the little tendril lines coming off it. So like that. See, that's where the benefit of those lines comes in because I can kind of follow them. Right, not like that, though. And just kind of go along. This one can come from there. This one can go right there. This one can go a little further. This one can go a little further. And then we won't have any there. Okay. So now we can turn this off. Actually, no, don't do that. Actually, yes, do that. Sorry, turn that off. I don't need this anymore. Let's merge that down. Let's get an eraser. Let's clean those up. Yep, there we are. Good, my screen hasn't frozen again. That's a plus. So clean these up. Okay. Okay, make sure. Let me just check something. I just want to be sure of something really quick. Bear with me 1 second. I just want to make sure that there weren't any. There shouldn't have been any chats that I missed. I'm just looking. It should just be my stuff. Okay, it is. I just want to make sure that somebody hadn't been typing and that it was partially being missed. It's not. We're fine. Okay. I didn't think it would, but I just want to make sure. Too much. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Oh, you know what? I should have done. Yeah, let's do it. Hold on a minute. Pull that back. Give me back that layer. There it is. All right, one more layer. It just occurred to me the thing. I had something in my head and I couldn't figure out. I'm like, what am I not thinking of? There's something I'm trying to think of and I couldn't think of it. And this is what it was. It was to have little, just kind of simple lines that just feed in like this, just around these other bigger lines, and these will be wigglier. Yeah, that's what it was. I wanted to have more like a smaller line that is going in there too. Okay. Yeah, there we go. All right, now let's turn this off. Yeah. I knew there was something I was forgetting. That's what it was. That's what it was. I knew I wanted more, and I couldn't remember what lines, because I already had the taper lines. It was these kind of little, just simple, non-tapered blood vessels or capillaries or whatever they are. Yeah, that's it. That's what I was trying. I knew there was something that I was missing. That's what it was. Oh, missed some. Hold on. And that. And there we are. Yep. Okay. I think this is a good place to bring this stream to a close. So there it is. Give you a look at that so far, which... Oh, sorry. Just realized that the screen froze again. So let me give you a look at where we are. You didn't miss much. You barely missed anything. You'll see it in a second. Luckily, this only froze for a second. There we go. So what you missed was me doing those little lines there. That was it. The rest of it you saw. And that's where she is for the moment. So I'll let you look at that for 1 second. I'll get a quick sip of water. And at 1 hour, 1 minute, and 30 seconds, I am ready to bring this stream to a close. So, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Good stream. This thing is getting where I want it to be. So, yeah, so thank you for stopping by. I saw some people dropped in and out, which is perfectly fine. I don't expect everybody to stop the whole time. And you can chat or you don't have to. I don't expect people to do that. But I keep the chat window up there. Some people show up and they like to say things. That's fine. Either way. Same way that I don't care whether you're watching this live or whether you're watching this on the YouTube channel later. That's perfectly fine. I do not care. Doesn't make any difference to me. I'm just appreciative that anybody stops by at all ever. So thank you for stopping by wherever, whenever, however you are. I would encourage you, if you are so inclined, to do something creative yourself because it's good for your mind, your body, and your soul. And if you can't or you don't want to, go watch somebody else do something creative. Go from here and watch somebody working on a piece of music. I know a lot of Twitch streamers kind of do their music stuff, and you watch them record and build tracks and assemble their vocals and stuff like that. Go watch that. You know, go watch somebody do anything creative whatsoever. I think it's just good for you. So, on that note, thanks again for coming by. And until the next stream, which will be probably on Thursday if you're watching this live. Or if you're watching on YouTube, it'll be 2 days from now because I post them on the YouTube channel 2 days apart. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. I post the replays, or whatever you want to call them, Tuesdays and Thursdays of every week. So you get 2 a week. So if you're watching this on Tuesday, it's 2 days till the next one. If you're watching on Thursday, then it'll be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I guess 5 days, depending on how you want to count it. But either way, in less than a week, whether it's a live version or an after-the-fact version, there should be another stream for you to watch. I don't know what it's going to be yet. I'll probably keep working on this zombie woman, but I might do something different. I don't know. Just depends. Sometimes I think of something else in the meantime I want to do. Either way, like I said, thank you for stopping by and hanging out for a bit. And until next time, take care.